Our sport this morning. It's time to talk about the FIBA Women's World Cup in Spain. And I said earlier that Nigeria's DTigress created national history when they took on Turkey. Remember, they lost the first game on Saturday against Australia, and the players promised that they were going to rebound nicely. They were going to bounce back with a win against Turkey. Against all the odds, they got the job done yesterday night. So Nigeria beat Turkey in Group B for the first ever win at the FIBA Women's World Cup. Joining us to talk about that now, I imagine, is a very, very excited lad, because he's a big fan of Nigeria's DTigress, Rotimi Akindele. Rotimi, it's great to have you.
Thank you, guys. Good morning.
Yeah, how are you feeling today? Your girls made you proud. Your girls made everyone proud, made all Nigerians proud.
I actually read your comments on some other platforms.
Yeah.
But, I guess I already know what you're going to say, but go right ahead and say.
Yeah, let's hear from you.
It was a good weekend, especially for the girls. I had a chat with 3 of them before leaving while they got to Spain. I'm like, you know what, just take it easy, believe in yourself. Yes, on paper, it looks like we don't even stand a chance in that group. But the way Argentina started, we had hope. And then the way they came out against Australia, you know, to play on Saturday, one would have felt interesting. If we can have this kind of a performance against Australia, then who knows? Turkey should be there for the taking, and Argentina as well. So it wasn't surprising. I took a lot of positives from the Australia loss, and I feel, you know, we're going to the Turkey game and try and make us proud, which they did. They almost caved in at some point.
Yeah.
Levy moments.
Of course, it's expected. There's a lot of talent in the team. The experience, maybe not much, but really, this is not your regular African basketball team. It must be said.
Let's be honest.
Yeah,
right.
we must be honest. If you look at the personnel in the team, it's not a regular African side.
Yeah, a lot of them being through the collegiate system in America. And we've just seen pictures from that game where we saw Sarah Goke having a
massive on the night,
game.
22 points,
Okay.
pretty good. One of the things we worked on again in the game against Turkey was the fact that our free throws, over 80% shot from free throws. The Turks struggled with theirs. We took advantage, and I'm like, interesting. On Saturday, we were struggling from the perimeter, with the perimeter shooting against the Aussies.
Okay.
But yesterday, we saw a bit of improvement, and the fact that you have a day rest, which is today, before going on against Argentina, I'm hoping that we'll put up another massive performance and at least finish second behind the Dons, Australia.
Yeah. We might as well just leave that top spot for them, right? The Australians.
Who knows? We can hope that Argentina beats Australia.
It's very unlikely
happen.
for that to happen. Before we leave the Nigeria's DTigress, let's quick shout out to the mastermind behind this victory, Coach Otis Hughley. I mean, this is a guy that took over not long ago.
Sure.
You know, very, very short time to, prepare, and it's turned out to be the history maker for Nigeria.
Yeah, I mean, listening to him after the game, he talked about how he was praying all through, how he had to, defend some decisions that he had to make.
The point, under a lot of scrutiny.
Of course, because the point is, yes, apart from the fact that he's done it in the NBA, he's done it in the WNBA, he's also coached the team, in the FIBA, within the FIBA circles already. He's got the experience with women's basketball. So I think that played out at some point. He was happy that the team actually went through, and then they got the needed win. But yes, there's a whole lot of improvement that still needs to be seen in the team.
Right.
But it's done pretty well. Enjoy the moment. I mean, take time off today, rest. I'm not sure there are places to party, but go to the beach. It's in Tenerife. So there's a whole lot, to look forward to seeing, and then catch up.
Don't get carried away. Don't get carried away.
I'm not. You know what? I'm not sure they will get carried away. I mean, the Australia blip would probably have deflated the girls. Like, okay, we're not interested again because we definitely lose in this group. But I admire their fighting spirit.
Response.
This response against the Turks, who they lost to last weekend in a friendly.
They lost
badly. It was a blowout.
Game,
so the fact that you have that kind of mindset running through a team, plus that coach, I think you should give kudos to the entire team, even the backroom staff. Everybody. They are more like the team players themselves. So it's looking good now. Let's enjoy the moment and let's see how we can go past Argentina.
All right, so that's it. The girls will rest for today, and tomorrow they will try to consolidate with perhaps another victory against Argentina in the final Group B match. So continue to see how that one goes at the FIBA World Cup in Spain. Let's move on with the show now. Let's quickly talk about what went down at the weekend. At the weekend in Wembley, where Anthony Joshua defended his WBA, IBF, and WBO titles against Alexander Povetkin. And yeah, in case you missed it somehow, AJ defended those titles successfully. Rotimi, were you one of those that was worried after the first 2 rounds that AJ was quite passive and Povetkin was landing some telling blows?
Well, to be honest, I wasn't worried because I knew in that game that Povetkin, the plan, I mean, the way he started the bout was that let me rush this guy. If I can get him destabilized or get him out early, then I can have something. But after the second round, I knew Joshua would grow into the fight and Povetkin would tire out. And that was what happened.
Exactly.
In the 5th, 6th round, that was what we saw. And when while he was trying to catch his breath and all of that, especially in the 7th round, he got first round from the left, got caught with the left, and then he opened up, and then by the time the right-hand jab came in, it was all over. But yes, you should probably worry for a Joshua who started a bit slow. But then again, at some point, it just shows that Joshua he's probably maturing more as a fighter lately.
I know that if and what if doesn't count in sports, but a lot of people are already trading out there. Like, if this was, you know who.
Yeah.
If this was, you know who.
The approach probably would have been different. Maybe we should also call Joshua some slacks here. It would have been, if it was a Wilder, we know Deontay likes to come out very, very aggressive.
Smoking.
All guns blazing.
You know, all guns blazing early on. Let me finish this thing and get out. I'm sure the approach from Joshua and Wilder, if it gets to happen anyway,
it's going to be different.
Will be different from how I approached the Russian. So I think different opponents, different tactics, different strategies.
Because he got wobbled a little, shouldn't really worry.
No. Because as I said, the opponents are different. Against Joseph Parker last April, different approach, and then that went the distance. Against Takam as well, different approach. That's why the fact that Takam is even way shorter than Joshua. So different. I think different opponents, different strategies.
All
really.
Right,
That's what I feel.
Right. So Anthony Joshua, after just 22 fights, still reigning as the heavyweight king. That's in that division there. We saw pictures that just came up not too long ago now. The other guys in the heavyweight division, I'm talking about Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. The morning of Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Povetkin, they announced that the fight is going to go on December the 1st. We still don't know the venue as it is right now. Fury and Deontay Wilder, December 1st. And it's good to see that AJ's handled his own business now. Now's the turn of Deontay Wilder to go and handle his own business as well, so we can all get to see, this, undisputed championship bout we've been waiting for. I know it's still a long way to go because there's still going to be negotiations involved. Yeah. But what do you make of Anthony Joshua immediately after beating Sasha saying, I want to fight this guy Wilder in April? That's April 13th to be precise, at Wembley.
There's been a lot of talks, before now, social media, video interviews and phone interviews as well, between Wilder and Joshua calling out each other, even Fury in the mix as well. Dillian White has been a bit quiet, on his own side. But you know what? Somehow the boxing world wants to see that fight. Yes, Joshua is saying, you know what? Come April 13, come to Wembley. Let's do this. If it gets to happen, fine. But you can't rule out the fact that Fury can actually stun Wilder. In December.
It's a possibility.
So it's very possible. And the clause here is whoever wins that game, whoever wins that bout rather, between Fury and Wilder, will probably get on to fight Anthony Joshua in it. So
the interesting angle to all of this is the other boxing bodies are going to have a role to play, because this bout probably wouldn't have come up if some of those boxing bodies said, no, this is a mandatory challenger you have to fight.
Yeah.
We don't care about your dreams. We don't care about your unification attempts. Do you think something like that? Because it looks as if everybody wants to see that fight. But, of course, those other guys who have those belts...
There has to be procedures, really. Yes, we want to see the fight. I mean, a lot of boxing fans want to see it. But if there's going to be, there have to be a mandatory challenger before you do this, before you do that, then the boxing world would probably have to wait.
But do you see all of them agreeing for IBF, FIBA, everybody agreeing that...
It's a unification bout. So
yeah, usually that trumps any mandatory. So
that's it. So it can happen.
Yeah.
It can actually...
especially if the two guys don't drag in the negotiations.
Nah, if they don't drag, it can happen. It's very, very possible that we see that fight. But I hope there's nothing like friendly matches in boxing. I hope Anthony Joshua gets to fight one more time before April 13th.
Oh, interesting. I don't think that's going to happen. I think everything is...
Because I'm looking at it, it's 7 months before April. I mean, 7 months from now.
AJ.
Wilder Fury is fighting in December.
Yes.
So you think whoever wins that will be in better shape for...
Of course. Of
well,
course.
I mean, it is...
But of course, they will tell you have an itinerary, a train, gym, blah, blah, blah. But
I mean, look at Joshua, man. He stays in shape. I mean, have you seen the way
last fight was last April. That's about just 4 months. So 4-7 is a big difference.
Well, it is what it is now. He's not going to fight again.
No, that's why I said, please, if you're watching, tires available. Friendly match. Friendly match.
No chance. No chance. Interestingly, AJ, after the fight as well, to put a poll up on social media, on his own handle, just to get the thoughts of fans out there, who they want him to face on April. Said saying the options were Deontay Wilder, expectedly, Tyson Fury, and Dillian White. You mentioned his name as well too, and no surprises at all. Deontay Wilder leading that poll with 53%, followed by Tyson Fury with 42%. Dillian White way down with 5%. No one wants to see another AJ versus Dillian White. That's according to the polls. It's still open, though. We'll see.
We'll see
if he can make up the numbers. I doubt it very much.
Okay, let's move on from there. A lot of interesting things happening today as well regarding football. But let's talk about the video assistant referee. Varied response. People have their opinions about it, and the FIFA president is also talking about it. And his own view is that look, VAR has come to stay. It's part of what some people call controversies and everything. VAR has come to stay. I want to get your thoughts before we listen to him, because look, if the FIFA president says something has come to stay, then definitely we have to live with it.
I mean, if IFAB have approved it, FIFA has no choice than to back it.
Those are the lawmakers.
I mean, those are the lawmakers. So if IFAB checks it, FIFA checks it, then the best is for every other body, to just align. Yes, you can take your time. Nobody's imposing it. Nobody's
drag like UEFA is doing.
Forcing it on you. But hey, just take your time. UEFA is doing, but some of the countries under UEFA are already using the VARs. I mean, we saw games in the Serie A over the weekend where 3 goals were chalked off until one finally went in.
That's true.
I think I agree with Infantino. It's the future and it comes to stay.
Absolutely, I love it as well. No problems. I'm not a skeptic.
All right, let's listen to Gianni Infantino, his thoughts on the VAR.
Everyone in the world has now realized that this, of course, is the future. And it's not the future because we say that it is the future. It is the future because it showed clearly that it helps. It does not change the game. We were afraid, I was afraid, first of all, that it would somehow disrupt the game, but it did not disrupt the game. It cleaned the game. It helped the game. We did not have one red card for, right, Pierluigi? For brutal foul. Not one. I don't know if it's thanks to VAR or because everyone suddenly became so nice. But certainly, I guess, the players on the pitch and their coaches, they knew that whatever you do, well, somebody will see it and there will be consequences. So it cleaned, certainly, the game, and it helped the referees.